30, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Oké, ik heb mijn geluid uitstaan. Here I come. Serieus, Kevin. Kevin is zo slecht in mijn oh my god. Nee. Oké. Maar we gaan voor niks doen, want ik heb een ijsbreker. Ik heb een ijsbreker en jij hebt sprout. 30, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, dat mag me maar. Ja, jij was ook volgens mij lesmoment en je gewoon allemaal cones zitten plaatsen, dat is verkeerde. Allemaal cones geplaatst. Oké, beter word jij de zoeker. Oh mijn god, 77 van de 2. Dit heb jij niet gemaakt. Welkom bij Proppen. Jij hebt echt heel erg je best gedaan, dit. Met wie speelde je dit dan? Zo, maar... Oké. Maar ik wil zoeker zijn, hè. Zo. Yes, ik ben zoeker. Ka. En de game al dus gewoon niet. En ik wil gewoon zien hoe de map eruit ziet. Waarom niet?
Ga eens misschien kijken.
Huh? Zo? Ik heb deze 3 aan samen. Oh, hier. En ik ben gewoon aan het rondkijken. Oh joh, hier moet je eigenlijk volgens mij landen. Oh, ik ben bijna bij jou, hier. Hier. Hallo, waar ben je?
Kijk ze. Oh, wacht.
En dat is fake. Dat heb jij gewoon gedaan, hè?
Nee.
Ja.
100% waar. Kijk, ga maar, blijf eens zien kijken, blijf eens zien.
Hij zegt ook test event.
Blijf maar update kijken, zeg. Kijk.
Huh?
Let op.
Oké, toon ik dan even €200. En jij was niet in 2, jij was in 3.
Oké, gedaan. Wacht even.
Wanneer je gewoon jezelf voor €200.
Je moet even wachten, hij komt zo.
Vanuit team 3 dan, hè. Jij bent weer
Ik kan ook gewoon gratis subscriber.
de combat en het
You want some subscribers, bro?
Oh, wanneer kom je eruit?
Over 10 minuten?
2, hè, Slimmy. Ga nou naar team 3. Oké, ga jij naar team 1.
Moet je wel...
Jij gaat naar team 1, ja? Ga naar team 1. Jij gaat naar team 1.
Ga ik nou even...
Ga naar team 1. Ga naar team 1.
Probijk.
Welkom bij Propunt. Hier. Ja, ga naar team 1. Jij moet naar team 1. Ja, eigenlijk boeit het niet. Ga maar start. Start again. Ik wil deze exploderen. Oké, start. Start, Kevin. Ja, goed. 3. Nee, die is goed. Slimmy. Waarom 2? Nou, maar dan moet je die spanner ook... Dan moet je die spanner ook veranderen. Nee, jij gaat zuur. Nee, ik wil stoppen.
Hey,
Heb je die spanners veranderd?
Ja.
Gewoon helemaal zelf gedaan.
Even kijken.
Moet je hierin gewoon stoppen? Als ik het begin.
Oh, settings. Even kijken, waar stond het?
Dan gaat deze muur toch nog gewoon ploffen? Duurt een beetje lang. Oh, eindelijk. Eentje op de lof, by the way. 1. Oh, er zijn chappen.
Gratis.
Ja, dat is slecht.
We gaan even kijken voor een nieuwe team. Ja, ik weet, deze is echt super shit.
Ja, maar doe dan andersom. Ik kan wel verstoppen niet bij. Wedden? Nee, ik ga... Oh ja. Jij moet naar team 1. Jij gaat naar team 1, hè? Ga naar team 1.
Just wait, it's hard to hear.
Start the game. Ik kom de chappen. I want to be the chopper.
Ever.
Start dan.
Zo lang hier zo bij.
Je hebt echt je best gedaan. Oh my god. Hallo, ga je nog leven, meneer? Waarom heb je hier zitten krijgen? Jij hebt weer veranderd, hè? Normaal wel. Ik ben nu aan het zoeken. En je hebt de timer weer veranderd. Als ik haat jou. Eindelijk.
Just, okay, just the most popular fees.
Jij hebt duizenden gnomes. Ik heb het grap vergeten. Jij zo slet hierin bent. Oké, nu wil ik. Want ik ben zoveel beter in dit. Waarom kun je niet uit? Ik wou letterlijk verstoppen als... Ik wou letterlijk verstoppen als zo'n ding daar helemaal achter. Oké, laat mij even verstoppen. Je hebt het zo slecht in. Nee, ik weet zeker dat jij weer zit te veranderen. Oké. Ik zit in team 2. 1. Ik zit in team 1. Start. Jij moet naar team 2. Ga naar team 2.
Ik heb
Oké,
best wel een
Ik zit
coole...
in team 2. Ga naar team 1.
Oh my
Ja, ik
Christ.
zit... Ja, ik kan foto's sturen. Of kijk gewoon op stream, ik zit het niet in.
Ja. Press and free right there.
Ik zit het niet mee, start maar.
You can first of all look around.
Eindelijk. Kan ik
Might
Hier
find
verstoppen.
something, probably not.
ja,
So we're just gonna go through till you find
ja, dat is waar, maar...
These aren't actually kind of cool. That one's kind of cool. And this one's it's not looks cool in my opinion. Nice. So here you go.
Dit is zo'n slechte map gewoon. Oké.
I'm gonna like
Omdat ik gewoon hier.
frames here.
Oké. Nu wil ik verstoppen. Gast, jij bent echt. Nee, man, kijk dit. Check dit. Kijk, hoe ik dat niet opgemerkt toen jij in de beurt was. En nu- Oh yes, ik mag verstoppen. Wat beter kan dit, wacht. Maar ik heb zo'n grote skin. Dat is echt precies de verkeerde kant op. Ja, dat zeg jij dat het een ziek goede map is. Nee, dat er een manier is gewoon om uit dit ding te glitchen. Wat noem jij professioneel? Hoe kom je in die kamer? Wat? Huh? Maar jij bent deze hele map uit jou, dat is niet leuk.
Oh yes.
Eerlijk, ik wist niet hoe je erin moest komen. Oké. Wat? Waarom moet ik weer zoeken, Kevin Hugging? Oh god, ik ga mijn stream stoppen. Zie je daar zo de hele tijd? Zie je alleen maar op mijn stream ook.
Stinger transitions, they're one of those things that aren't immediately obvious to the viewer, but they add a huge amount of production value to your stream. That 1 to 2 second frame rate is what you're streaming at. And the final thing that you want to do is just change the duration of the composition that we're making. These stinger transitions, so all you have to do is come up to this fill box, click that, enter in the hex value or search for the colour that you want, however you want to do. The first colour I'm going to be using is the red, so I'm just going to input that here, and then you can see we have a nice big rectangle which is red, and obviously we're going to try and animate that from coming in from the left and out to the right. So to actually do that, we want to get off the rectangle tool, come back to the selection tool here, press B on your keyboard or just come up and click it here, and what we're going to be doing is moving this rectangle from the left into the right, and then off screen again to the left. It looks a little bit boring if the rectangle is just straight like that, so I'm going to rotate it slightly to give it sort of a leading edge look. All we have to do that is come down to our shape layer here. This is our rectangle. Go to transform, and then you can see here we have a rotation. Just change that to whatever angle you want. I'm going to use -30 degrees, and now you see if we move this off screen and on screen, there's sort of a leading edge aspect to it. We just need to change the shape size slightly to make sure that we don't cut any corners here.
So by now you probably heard of one of these things. It's an Elgato Stream Deck. Everyone wants one. Your favorite streamer probably has one, and chances are you probably want one too. It's essentially just a macro keypad with LED screens under each button, and you can program each button to do whatever you want. Things like changing scenes in OBS, or toggling sources on and off, or muting your microphone. You can even put your own icons under each button and animated GIFs. These things are incredibly useful. I use them all the time in my stream, and it just makes streaming so much more enjoyable and so much more fun and so much easier. Alright, cool, let's just go buy one then. And holy balls, these things are so expensive. $100 for 6 buttons? $250 for 32 buttons? I can't afford any of that. Who am I, Oprah? But as it turns out, most of you guys probably have one of these things. Yeah, it's called a phone. Yes, you don't have to comment. I know this phone is like as big as my face. You don't have to say anything. So over the past month or so, I've been testing out 5 apps that are supposed to replicate the experience of using a Stream Deck. And today I just want to talk about my experiences, tell you guys what I think, and if any of these 5 apps are viable alternatives. Now, you can use these apps as a complete replacement for a Stream Deck, or just to hold you over until your stream's making you enough money so you can go out and buy your own. But some of you might already own a Stream Deck, and if you own one, I still highly recommend that you stick around. 1, because I worked really hard in this video and I really hope that people watch it. And 2, you might actually find that one of these apps can iPhone, so there's no Android version at least right now. But if you're one of those gross iPhone people, well, yeah, you're in luck. The official Stream Deck mobile app is, well, it is a Stream Deck. It works with the exact same software as the Stream Deck. It has the exact same 15 buttons that the original Stream Deck had, and it's super simple to set up. You just download the app. It's going to ask you to scan a QR code, then you install the desktop client on your computer, open it up, and then add an iPhone, and then from there you scan the QR code, and then if you have a profile set up, it's going to ask if you want to import it, and then boom, you're all done, ready to go. So because it is a Stream Deck, you get exactly the same functionality as you would on a real Stream Deck. The only difference is it's wireless and it's well, it's on your phone. So you can add commands for toggling your camera on and off, changing scenes, even pressing a button so it tweets out when you're live. And like the real physical Stream Deck, when you press a button, like say you hit the recording button, it gets a nice little animated logo that shows up that shows that it's recording. It even works with the Elgato key light, but again, you're gonna need that Steve Ballmer money if you want to get those lights. And because it's on your phone, you get the inherent advantage that it's wireless, so you can go to the other side of your room and control your stream from there. Or just leave it on your desk if you're OCD and you hate cable clutter like me. What's also great is if you already own a physical Stream Deck, the mobile app works flawlessly with it, and they actually work together as 2 independent Stream Decks. So now all of a sudden your 15 button Stream Deck becomes a 30 button Stream Deck. The other thing that this means is if you want to step up your game and eventually get a physical Stream Deck, you can get the mobile app, set up all of your buttons, then when you get your physical Stream Deck in, all of your buttons are already going to be set up, and it's just going to be plug in, go, you're ready to go, don't have to set anything else up. So if that's you want to get a physical Stream Deck eventually, migrating your settings between the 2 could not be any simpler. Now the app does cost $3 a month or $25 a year, which don't get me wrong, that is a really great price. You can use the app for like 6 years before you reach the price of the regular Stream Deck. But me personally, I really hate subscription fees, and out of all the apps in this list, this is still the most expensive one. If there's one criticism I have, it's that Elgato should really consider adding more features to the app. Like, it's a touchscreen. You can put whatever interface you want. You don't have to have just 15 buttons there. What about like a slider for like volume if you want to adjust your volume? Or like adding in a text input option for like changing the title of your stream or the game that you're playing. But I totally get what Elgato is doing. They want to give you a taste of what the Stream Deck can do, so that you feel compelled to buy the $150 version because you enjoy it so much. So I get the business strategy, but just me personally as a user of the Stream Deck, I just think there's so much more potential for an app that Elgato hasn't tapped into yet. Alright, you Android people bored yet? because this next one does work with your phones. This one is called Streamlabs OBS Remote, and it's made by, you guessed it, Streamlabs. So it's only going to work with Streamlabs OBS, so if you use OBS Studio or OBS.live, you can just skip this one. I'm sure a bunch of you already skipped 2 out of the 5 options, so it's looking great so far. This one is without question by far the easiest to set up, and it's completely free and ad-free. When you download the app, it's going to ask you to scan a QR code, so you just go to the settings in Streamlabs OBS, scan the QR code, and then you're done. That's all you need to do. You don't have to set up any buttons or any settings, it's all done for you. And the interface is super smooth as well. It's just a scrolling list of buttons where all the buttons are pre-generated for you. There are buttons for recording, for streaming, for muting your mic, changing scenes, for toggling sources on and off. All the basic functions that you need are right there. When you tap on one of the buttons to change scenes, all the buttons on the page change dynamically to show all the sources for that scene. So when I tap a game scene, the game scene sources appear. When I tap my camera scene, all the camera sources appear. It's super simple. And unlike the Stream Deck app, you can actually use a slider to change the volume of your mic. You just hold down on the button, and then a slider will appear, and then you just slide it, and then, hey, it changes. Pretty sweet. Other than that, there's really not much else to talk about. You can't change anything on this. There's no settings. You can't add or remove buttons. You can't change buttons. You can't put pictures on any of the icons. What you get is what you get, and you can forget about all those extra features that the Stream Deck has. So you can't change your stream title, you can't set a stream marker, you can't press a button to create a clip instantly, and forget about multi-action events because that's not happening on this. But hey, the app's free, so what it does really well. All right, so the next app on the list is the first unofficial app. It's not made by Elgato, it's not made by Stream.
Deze gast.
Feeling good. Ja,
Ik keek even neer.
dat is wat het was.
Rakkeballen, lekker hurt.
Let's see.
Iets in je mond.
So this is what I want. There. This
Hij doet hele snap only volgens mij. Oh, oké. Nee.
Ga het even aan. Dan ga ik het proberen.